Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this morning we're going out to plant some Christmas trees. I'm going to show you the first step in the process. So the first thing we got to do when we go to plant our trees, we mark our fields. We use a paint marker, and this setup right here, like most things around here, is custom built. I built this last year, and when we get out in the field I'll kind of explain to you more how it works, but it basically paints some lines, gives us some sight lines and some marks so we can get our trees nice and square on a grid. That's what I'm doing right now, is filling up the tank. This is just one of our sprayers I have set up with this this system, and I'll show you what I'm using. This is nasty stuff. Super marking dye. And when I say nasty, I don't mean it's toxic or anything like that. It's harmless. You just don't want to get it on you. You'll look like a Smurf for a week. It's super concentrated. If you get it on your clothing, you might as well throw it away. You're not gonna get it out, and it's just, once it's on something, it's on. Ironically enough, once it's diluted in water and sprayed on the ground, a rain or two and it washes away. So it's nice for that. It gives us lines in the field to mark, and then just goes away. So I'm gonna get this mixed up, and we'll get out in the field and I'll show you how it works. I really should have gloves on to do this, but I don't have any, so just hopefully we don't spill it. This isn't like mixing up a chemical, it's kind of just a guesstimate. Get it as dark as I want, and I take this with me, so if it's not as dark when I get out in the field, I can always add to it. Oh no, that's gonna be a problem. A couple minutes of scrubbing my hands and that's what I got it down to. I guess I'll have to survive. This might be the world's worst garden hose I'm trying to fill with here. I think this one's ready for the garbage can. Nothing but kinks and kinks and kinks. We really got to get our spray trailer set up. We don't have it set up yet. Later this week, then we'll be able to fill up a little bit faster here. Right now we're garden hosing it. That's enough to drive a person nuts. I'll be here 20 minutes just trying to fill up. Well, that took way too long, but I'm finally filled up. So let's hit the road out in the field. Ugh. Like our custom seat cover. This is our oldest tractor. Old but reliable. I'm going to start my power takeoff pump so I can agitate the dye as we're driving. Sorry, I got a mint while I was waiting for that to fill up. Tastes good. Alright, I'll see you out in the field. So we made it out to the field. I shut the tractor off so we can hear ourselves talk here. So like I said, I built this myself. Like most things around here, it was kind of our idea and I just fabbed it up. We already had this front hitch on this tractor for a snowplow, so from there I just basically made a simple framework. So the key to this is a 1/2 inch wrench. You open this up and it slides out, and I've got a mark there and I know how far to slide it, and I tighten my bolts up, and that gives us 5 foot spacing. So we plant our trees on a 5 foot by 5 foot grid, and this just allows us to be super accurate. And the reason for doing this is so that we can mow both ways. For years and years we didn't do it this way, and you could only mow one way, and then if you wanted to mow the other way you had to use a small walk behind mower, which is less than ideal. So by taking a little bit of time in prep work here, we're able to lay out our fields a little bit nicer. and it just makes our life easier for the 10-year cycle. So now you can see we're 10 foot wide there, and I spray 3 lines. Each one of these shielded spray nozzles here. There's a nozzle in here that just shoots a line down. And what I'll do, the key to this, you got to be able to drive a straight line at least once. So I'm going to drive straight out to the end of the field in a straight line. Then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to overlap. So this nozzle will overlap my last line, and I'll just keep working my way, zigzagging back and forth. As long as I'm running this over the last line, I've got perfect 5 foot lines the whole way. So let's get it fired up. I'll show you how it works. All right, I'm lined up where I want to be. I got my pump on. I got a valve here in the tractor. Helps if I open the valve on the sprayer. All right, we're painting. Here we go. The only problem with this is you only get one shot. Once you paint a line, you can't take it back up. So you have to kind of be paying attention. Very critical that you get your layout right. Once you get your first layout, then it's just a matter of following the line. But kind of focused on a landmark and just driving to it. Really thrilling content, I know. So you can probably see it there. One of them things camera doesn't do the best job. I'm actually going to add a little dye and make that a little bit darker. I'd like it to be a little bit darker than that. So I'm going to add some more. I'm going to make another pass and see how it does. Things are not going well for me this morning. Oh, no comment. Let you guys see what I see. I'm just watching that little wing out there, that spray nozzle, and I'm just keeping it right over top of the other blue line. It's definitely not the most glamorous job in the world. Got no radio in this tractor, no air conditioning. As you saw, the seat is not exactly mint, but it's got to get done. Just a lot of staring out the window, focused, one line at a time. Actually, it's 3 lines at a time, technically, but you know what I mean. I will say this tractor has one of the best camera mounts, far better than the newer tractors, and this tractor was made long before YouTube was even a thought. This is a 1995 model. So now I got a couple rows in. You can probably see better what I got going on here. You can see the blue lines. So actually what happens, we plant across those lines and then we hit them with the planer, which next video I'll do a video on the planer, so you'll get a better visual then. You'll see exactly what we're doing, why we're doing it. But that's what it looks like. You can see they have a little bit of wiggle because as I hit some humps in the field, it kind of wiggles a little bit, but it's close enough for tree farm work. On a side note, if you've been following along, our cover crop is starting to come up. I don't know if the camera picks it up. It's just real fine yet, but we're starting to get some grass in rows here. So that's exciting to see. Once again, that's something that's new to us, so we're just going to see how that works out. And if you've been following along for quite a while, this just happens to be the field we had that forestry mulcher in fall clean up. So that's why you see all this wood mulch on the ground. Just a point of interest if you've been watching for a while. That's where I'm at right now. So yeah, that's about all I got on line painting. This is step 1 of the planting process. I'll come back here in the next couple days when we're actually running the planter, and I'll show you how we actually put the trees in the ground. All right, thanks for watching. Catch you later.